to a brand new Capturing History video, and in today's video is my journey to D-Day, Ohio. This is my third year going to D-Day, Ohio. I just got back the other night. As you can tell, I'm wearing the 82nd anniversary shirt that they had at the event, and I got some cool items in front of me. But before we get started and before I show you the cool items that I got, I'm just going to show you some stuff of what I saw. I saw 3 battles. I saw the French Resistance battle, the Airborne battle, and of course the Normandy invasions. And I took some footage of some things I saw there at the event, like at the tent and stuff, and some vehicles. So I hope you guys enjoy the 3rd annual Capturing History's journey to D-Day, Ohio. I also met some really cool people there, and they were really nice. And so, yeah, let's without further ado, let's get into the video.
One would think that the Navy did work a little bit better. If you sunk a ship, you tend to get doctors, maybe dentists, medical people.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sean Connery.
By D-Day, the Americans shipped over 7 million tons of supplies to the UK.
Hey, look, there's a couple Higgins boats out there.
However, strength of numbers as well as coordinated fire support from artillery and armored components cleared most of the coast within 2 hours of their landing. Subsequent missions achieved results to release everything. When all operations were ordered to halt between some rifles of Canada to reach its D-Day objective, the 3rd Canadian Infantry Division had succeeded in pushing further than any other landing force on D-Day. By nightfall,
So I hope you guys did enjoy that little segment there. I got some stuff here. I'm going to start here actually and go down the line. As you can tell, I didn't get as much as I did the last 2 years. That's because I'm saving money for Day in the Life of Michael Myers 3, which I will give an update about that after the video. So to start off with what I got this shirt right here. Pretty cool. I do like this shirt. but nothing beats, there's something on the back too, but nothing beats the 80th anniversary. I think that's the coolest one. But they're all pretty cool though, you know? So pretty cool shirt, I like it. I like the color of the blue. So yeah, pretty cool shirt. They did a really good job on the shirt. And of course all the other shirts, they did a really good job on. So to get started with, we got this boonie hat right here that I got. I'm gonna put it on top of my other hat. See? This is what it looks like. Boonie hat. And you must be wondering, why do I have a boonie hat? Well, for one, why do you not have a boonie hat? Why do you not have a boonie hat? That's the real question. But no, I always wanted a boonie hat. I needed it, and I also needed it for a specific reason, and that reason is I'm doing a film, and my character needs this boonie hat, and it's set in a certain time frame. So my character needs to wear this boonie hat. I'm working on it. I haven't even worked up a script yet, but this is, I already know that my character needs to wear a boonie hat, or a character needs to wear a boonie hat. I really like the tiger stripe boonie hat, so I went with that. And the second thing that I got is this. Must be one of those. Well, it's a poster. You can't tell. There's a poster. It's a pretty cool poster this year. They did another good job on the poster as well. It looks shorter than the other ones. But I don't know. I'd have to look at the posters upstairs that I have, and then after this video, I'm gonna put it up. And yeah, so some pretty cool stuff for running here. There's only $10, so you can't beat that. And then the next thing that I got was this late war. Well, actually, I think this is an early war. It's kind of hard to see the year on here. I'll come over there later and show you the year. But this is I think a 1942 or 43 model, because I'm looking at the thing here, the markings. And so yeah, it has a US marking here, and it may look like a replica, an old replica, but it is not a replica. This is an original. I mean, look at the buttons. They are in perfect, or the snap. They look in perfect condition. And then it also has something in here. It has a late war dressing. I know that for sure, as the guy told me. It's this right here. It is a small first aid dressing U.S. Army carousel model. So right there it is. You can see the words on there. And it's actually still coated with wax, which is really really cool. So yeah, so it's a really cool find. I did see one at another tent that I was going to get. It was a 1942 model. That was the first day. No, yeah, it was the first day I was there, and I was like, well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna go get some food and a drink or something, and go look around some more, and then if I decide if I wanted that 1942 model, I'll get it. But then when I got back, it was gone, and so I was sad, and then I got the boonie hat. But the second day is when I got this. So, and I found it for a really good deal. And yeah, so right here, it is a JQMD first aid pouch. So yeah, I have a collection of these now. I have several replicas, and then I have a very late war one from 44 or 45. I'm pretty sure it's 45. And then I have another 1942 model that I've been using that you all have known, and that also came with 2 of the 10 versions of the first aid dressing that's like this. But this is a late war, when it just came in a box coated with wax. And these things right here, by the way, carry, I think it carries sulfur powder, and syrettes, and I think a couple bandages in there. The syrettes are the morphine tubes. So, you will be seeing this pouch a lot, and a few more videos, and this dressing as well. Well, obviously I'm not going to use it or open it as much as I would like to. If this thing did come with a second dressing like the one in here, I would totally open it, but I'm going to keep everything in here safe and sound, so it doesn't destroy the value. It does. But this is an original. The original kerosene kit and everything in there is all original. Pretty cool, right? Moving on, we got these cups here. Wondering why I got mugs. Pretty cool mugs too. Before saying anything, I know I didn't get as much. I know this portion of the video is really short, but the other part, when I made last year, when I got all the uniforms, I got a grenade, and I got all this other stuff, and then the year prior, I got a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to take it easy this year on the money spending and just get one big cool item to save all my money for. So yeah, and they all have good value. This is a wall pusher, but all of these items have good value. And yes, this is an original from Vietnam, by the way. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, these cups are from the 60s. This cup is from 1966, and this cup is from 1970. These are U.S. Army cups that they would use in the, can't think of the name right now, the mess hall. I'm pretty sure that these are kind of like the coffee cups. You could put, or just cups in general. You put your drink in there when you're at the mess hall, just drinking in the morning, lunch, dinner, whatever it was, because there's U.S. Army markings on the bottom. And again, after I show everything, I will show you all the markings on all of these items. So yes, so these I'm going to use for a specific film that I'm going to be in and make, of course, obviously. And these will be in those films. And these are great just for props and for actual usage. So now in the mornings, if I want coffee or orange juice or anything, I do need to clean these out first before I go drinking out of them. Of course, I got little vintage 60s and 70s cups, and they look exactly identical, so I thought they were both from 1966. But this one's from 1966, and this one is from 1970. 1970. So, pretty cool, right? Alright, so for the last and final item is a shovel. And you must be wondering, really? A shovel? Not even a gun, or a helmet, or a bag? No, I got a shovel, but it's a cool shovel. It's a World War II shovel. And yes, it is World War II shovel, and yes, I know during the Vietnam era and Korean War era they used these. But I assure you, I looked at the date here inside, and it says, since I have better lighting, 1945. And I'll take a picture and I'll show you on the screen to prove you wrong if you don't believe me. But anyway, I got this here 1945 very late war shovel that I'm going to use for my late war impressions, kind of Battle of the Bulge, and obviously the War Pocket. And I'm going to put it on my belt, because you saw that a lot of times during the Battle of the Bulge if you ever watched Band of Brothers or just other reenactments that take place in the late war. Some of them like to wear this little shovel on their belt. So, and I already got a late war suspenders, late war belt, late war magazine pouch for the carbine, and a late war era, one of these, two of them, I think, or just one. Yeah, just one. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna take the shovel out and show you the shovel. So this is the foldable shovel that the US Army used. And yes, this is an original shovel. Somebody probably dug a trench, a slit trench, and probably most likely a foxhole. And the way that you work this here shovel is that you screw this part. This really needs to be cleaned and needs WD-40. So, you know, just a little bit of TOC. And then you can do this right here. And just whack some gurnings like this. Oh yeah. No, anyway, you could put it in this position and you can do this. Like for trench or to, you know, to make your little position. You can use this in this position like this. And then if you unscrew it again, you can obviously make the shovel work like this. But yeah, I've been wanting one of these for like at least 4 years now, because I thought they were really cool. And then look at there, you got a full shovel. You can shovel it up, make your little foxhole in the Ardennes forest while artillery 88 millimeter rounds fly over your head or on top of you and explode you, only for somebody 83 years later or 81 years later to find your shovel right next to where your body was. So that's the worst case scenario on how you can get a war with your shovel. But anyway, so yes. Ugh. So yeah, it is very stiff still. I do need some WD-40 so I can use it. And before you say don't use it, it'll destroy value. Son, it is a shovel. I actually dug my trench and foxhole with an 80-year-old or even a 90-year-old shovel before. And it was a civilian one. It was my great-grandfather's. And it's still holding up today. So, I think this will be fun. It's a piece of metal, and it will do the job. It's pretty sturdy too. These things were built to last and to be used. So yeah. So that is my 1945 shovel. Now, before you go saying they didn't just have these shovels in late war, yes, I know. They also had early war versions of these. And yes, I know the airborne did not just use them. Also, the infantry used this shovel. They had different kinds of shovels. There was a long shovel, like a standard shovel that you would get at your local Home Depot. And it was a T-handle. It was a longer one for bigger jobs. And then you got obviously the smaller one with the smaller T-handle shovel, of course. That's the one I have. That's a replica though. And then they obviously had the folding shovel here. Yes, I am aware that these were also used by airborne and infantry. Both shovels were, because they were generic shovels. They were entrenching tools. They were made to make slit trenches and obviously foxholes. Both were. Well, there's actually three. There's also a longer version of the T-handle shovel, and that was made for bigger operations and jobs. But the T-handle shovel, the shorter version, and this version was were made to carry by infantries on their haversack or on their belt. So yes. This one I'm going to wear on the belt because I really do not like wearing the T-handle shovel on my belt because the little things here on the T-handle, they like to lock onto my clothing because it's very loose around my legs, you know, and it hits me and I don't like it. So this one will be easier because there's nothing really there to really snag on any clothing or really be annoying. So enough of the foldable shovel, even though it's the coolest shovel I own. And then here's the cover. They have different models of the shovel, and in the back, you can actually take this thing off and change the variation. So you can, for your, to your suit, to what you prefer. You know? So if you want it here, you can put this thing, you can put this on the back of the haversack or on your belt, and you can change the level. But I'm just gonna keep it here because you really can't move this out. It's on there really good. So yeah, this is a late war cover, and yes, it is an original. You can tell by all the holes in it. Here's some markings, and right here it says, I can't really read it, but I know it says 1945, because I know some of you are already thinking, that's not a World War II cover, this is like a Vietnam or maybe a Korean era. I did see those, and it's very hard to find these types that aren't Korean or Vietnam, and I found a World War II late war shovel cover for the foldable shovel. So thank God, and there's US, and to prove to you, it says 1945 right here. I'll even take a picture of it later to put on the screen. It says 1945 right there, and it's from something Co. So really cool items this year. I know it's not a bunch of items that we're probably hoping for me to get, but again, sometimes you just gotta save your money on something else, you know? So there you go. This is my D-Day Ohio haul, or what I got at D-Day Ohio. So yeah, let's get into the outro. I know in the previous video, I did say I was going to make a liberation type video explaining about the liberation of Paris, but I don't have time to make that video, and as you can tell, I'm wearing my cool little boonie hat because why not? You should totally get a boonie hat. I don't care what color you get it. It's really cool to have one of these boonie hats. I think it gives you the maximum aura that you can have. But back to what I was saying, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. But before I let you all go about your day, I do want to say that Day in the Life of Michael Myers 3 is coming soon. On October 30th, 2026. So I will see you guys in October. And of course, there will be one more video before Day in the Life of Michael Myers 3. And that is Operation Market Garden. So the next video you see me in will be Operation Market Garden. I know this year we had to skip out on the Liberation of Paris video. That's because, well, the video before this came in and kind of took that over. And then D-Day Ohio came along and I had to record that, and now here I am on a Monday morning filming the outro. So, yeah. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I had a great time at D-Day Ohio. I enjoyed seeing all the cool stuff there. I enjoyed seeing all the tanks, the vehicles, the reenactors, of course, the German reenactors, of course, the battles. Did a really great job in the weaponry, of course, and obviously getting all this cool stuff, you know. And I'm excited to use all of this cool stuff, minus the poster because it will be on the wall, and the shirt will be worn in public and videos. So we get to see this shirt a lot more often here pretty soon, and all this other cool stuff. So can't wait to use this stuff in future videos. You may see this in Operation Market Garden video. And yeah, and that's what I got at D-Day Ohio and what I saw and what battles I saw at D-Day Ohio. So really fun. Can't wait to go again next year and do it all again and meet cool people next year. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss another crazy video, because there's some crazy videos coming out. I got one in November coming out. I give you a hint. I'm going to Louisiana, and there's something cool in Louisiana, as long as they let me film. But I could film what I got in a YouTube short or an Instagram reel. So yeah, I'm gonna go take a picture of this cool stuff that I got, post it on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.